Well, Jeff, I don't think we can presume anything at this point. I mean, yes, absolutely. Oil has been getting crushed, a 13-day losing streak, almost 8% off there. But the question, of course, isn't just about whether or not the Saudis are going to be responsive to what we've heard from U.S. President Donald Trump, but it's also about the bigger picture. It's also about the Russians as well. It's about all these other factors. It's supply, it's demand. It's also, of course, what's happening in China. It's what's happening with these waivers. So a lot of questions about what's going to happen next year. And of course, as you know, we're only a couple of weeks away now from this planned meeting in Vienna. And a lot of folks questioning here on the ground at this third day of the Adipec 2018 conference whether or not we need to hear more from these oil ministers, more from these OPEC ministers now, and whether or not this sentiment is really going to continue to weigh on markets. Whether it's sentiment, whether it's algorithms, all we know is that it continues to go down and down. And the question, of course, is going to be whether or not we're going to hear more from Saudi Arabia or if we need to hear actually from the Russians. So a lot of questions about what's going to happen over the next couple of hours. Some of these oil ministers continuing to meander around. There's still panels going on today and tomorrow as well. And we're going to be trying as much as we can to catch up with them here on the ground. Jeff?
Thanks very much, Hadley. Quick question on what in what you're hearing is really driving this pullback. We've got on the supply side President Trump's tweet, but also on the demand side, OPEC cutting their forecast for 2019. So what is your sense in terms of what is having a bigger impact on this pullback?
At the moment, I would say, Juliana, it's probably a bit of both, and certainly a lot of questions over whether or not who's really the driving force here. Is it U.S. President Donald Trump, or is it the fact that we haven't heard yet again from the Saudis, whether the fact that they spoke out on Sunday, Khalid al-Fallah saying that he'd cut about 500,000 barrels per day. That hasn't really done anything to stop this slide. Who do we need to hear from next? And also, of course, you've got to remember that this all does have to do with the fact that algorithms have taken over so much of this trading, and while that's going to be weighing on markets going forward.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.